Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Canton Ice House for today's big TVL matchup between the Norwood Mustangs and the Wolverines of Westwood. Mark Hoover here for NCM TV, along with the sports director, Brian Dunn. And Brian, looking forward to a really big matchup here between these two programs.
Yeah, you look at both sides here. Norwood comes in. They're on a little bit of a losing skid the past recent games after starting out the season really hot. They're in tournament. They're looking to further their seeding. And Westwood standing at 8-7-2. They're looking to get into the tournament as well. So a lot at stake for both teams here. Obviously, Norwood would like to at least secure the home matchup and get some better seeding. Westwood, like I said, trying to get into the tournament. So it's always fun between Norwood and Westwood being the border rivalry, so we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah, it's a great afternoon here and a whole great day of hockey for folks. It's the Hockey Fights Cancer. So the teams, you can see Westwood's got these snazzy purple sweaters for the Cancer Foundation here, and they talked earlier about the money that they're raising. So it's a great crowd here tonight, and kind of a great little program that they're running.
And this is the first of three in the Hockey Fights Cancer. I believe Zavarian and Framingham are the 7 p.m. matchup. I can't remember who was the mid-afternoon matchup, but this is the first of a 3-game slate for this cause, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a really, really neat idea. So we'll get you some names and numbers as we go around here as Norwood gets their first line change. Quickly zipped up there to the junior captain, Colin Fahey. He'll just kind of bounce that one in on Bartuka, and he'll cover up. You had mentioned, Brian, that Norwood started out real hot and then just kind of hit a little bump in the road the past two games. They lost to Hopkinton, which is one. It sits there at the top of the TVL, and then a real tough one the other night, 5-0 to Medfield. So
yeah, Hopkinton's had their number all year. Those were the two losses they really had on their schedule, and then they dropped a tough one to Medfield, which was, in a lot of ways, and I talked with you and people about this off air, it was sort of a wake-up call.
Yeah.
You win so many games in the season, you start to build a lot of confidence, which is a good thing, but at the same time, you don't want to get too complacent, and I think that Medfield game was sort of a wake-up call in their eyes, like, hey, any given night, especially in TVL, you can get beat. So they have to be on their A game every game.
Exactly. So 14:05 left. The Connor Leiden shot goes up off the netting, so the faceoff will come to the right of Goodrich, the senior captain, Westwood goalie, kept in there by Tolman. Cycles it in deep. Spadorcia gets on the puck as this line's working hard. He's got Spadorcia, looks like Gover on this second line here. And we'll get the line set for you. Boothrod dumps it in deep off the defense. Circles it back around, comes back to Boothrod. Boothroyd will knock that in again. Good zone possession here for the Mustangs. Worked in behind. Picked up there by Dyson for the Wolverines. Leaves it in there. Manages to poke it out. 2-on-1 here. Odd man rush. Faye's got it. Blocked down there by Bartuka. Rebound comes back to Faye. He takes another swipe at it, but Bartuka strong to the task. That was a fortunate bounce there for Westwood as they managed to get the odd man rush coming back the other way there, Brian.
Yeah, good transition to the neutral zone. Get the 2-on-1 opportunity. Bartuka, good angle on the save. Easy for him.
Zuccanaro will move in here for the face-off for the Wolverines. Miles Kidd centering up this third line. Quick shot out front, right there in the slot. Bartuka again has to be strong to the task there. Mannequin for Westwood, picked up there by Kidd. Westwood takes control. On ahead to Sullivan. Sullivan just drawn off sides there.
You can tell Westwood here is playing with a little bit more urgency because I think they have a little more at stake when it comes to the tournament picture. So they're first to the pucks right now, heavy on the forecheck. They got a great shot out in the high slot on Bartuka. He was quick to the task, but so far Westwood's controlled this game.
Yeah, like you said, I mean they're sitting 2 points out of their to get to that 20, that magic number. They got a couple games left, but you don't want to try to wait to those last couple games. If you can get yourself secured now, you go ahead and do it.
Right.
So Jack Leiden will take it behind the net. Quickly on up ahead to Finizzi. Bounces it back into the Westwood zone. Guerrero, D to D. Quickly up front again. Yeah, I'm seeing some nice transition here by the Wolverines. Drop there to Dumas. Leiden will cycle it back up. Gather it in for the Mustangs. They'll try to get outside of their zone here. Just missing Brendan Mateer. He'll put it on the forecheck, looking to get the turnover. Is able to do so. There is Rousseau is able to pick that loose puck up.
There's that forecheck.
Yeah. Kyle Ledger keeps that in. Looks like they're floating out that Colin Fahey, the junior captain.
Right.
But Tolman's able to scoop it up. Curtailed there by Goodrich.
I mean, you could tell because by Westwood's makeup. Oh, almost coming out there with a goal. But you can tell because by Westwood's makeup, they have a lot of size, so they use that to their advantage. They bring a lot of guys up high, and they sort of use their bodies down low to get the forecheck going.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier too when they introduced the starting goalie, the senior captain there, Goodrich. I mean, he's got some good size as well, so he's going to take up a lot of that net. He's not going to leave you a lot to try to find an opening.
Right.
But Norwood controlling some great offensive zone time here, and Westwood will take the icing, alleviate some pressure. 11:18 left here in the first. Some kind of good action end to end here. Brian, it said for a little while it looked like Westwood's carrying some of the play, and then on this last shift here, Norwood was really having some nice offensive zone time.
Yeah, it's a game of momentum, and once you kind of get those first few hits going, those first few dump-ins, you can kind of settle in, and Norwood's had a system for a long time now that's worked for the forecheck game. So as long as they continue to stick to that system, they'll be successful.
Breakout here with Blake Hobson working on in, sends it across. No one home there for Westwood. Norwood will see if they can't get something out here real quick. Spadorska's trying to kick it forward. Spadorska's trying to make sure he keeps himself on side by pushing his toes back onto the blue line. He's able to do so. In the meantime, Westwood recovers. Zipped in there by Colin Fay. Bartuka has a little bit of a hiccup with it there. No harm, no foul. Lars brings it out. Able to click free. And
here we go.
Got Gover. Nice defense there by Anthony Malouf.
I would have liked to see him try and take that outside a little bit. At least if you don't get the good angle on the shot in the meantime, you got reinforcements coming on the other side.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, you get yourself in a little deeper, and you can get some offensive help. So Norwood picks it up in here, working on the far side of the boards. Dooley's able to kick it back down. Wrapped around here to the near side. Bothered there by Brendan Allen for the Mustangs. Allen working. Stevie Grenham stops in to help out. Coach Allen's starting to run. I think, now he's looking to run about maybe 4 lines, give this fourth line a chance to kind of make sure your first lines are going to have some breathers so you have your legs left for the second and third period. So he's starting to run more offense to give everyone a shot here to keep everyone fresh.
And I think at this point in the season you start to, have a better idea of what the makeup of your team is, so you can kind of experiment with a couple deeper lines, maybe switch up some things and see what works and what doesn't. But, a team who's only had 2 losses in the season, it seems a lot of things have worked thus
Exactly.
far.
Yep. Norwood's able to get back onside, but Westwood brings it out as Malouf is able to try to knock it all the way in deep. Kyle Ledger turns. Zips it back out. And Westwood will corral. Quick ahead to Sullivan. Sullivan will knock it in, looking to get a line change here for Westwood. Wrapped up there. You can hear Coach Allen across the way telling folks to move their feet.
Yep.
Tolman jumps in sharply. Oh, and that's a better play there. Get that puck in deep.
Get the line change while you can,
Yep. Bounced off to Fahey. Fahey still trying to hold on to it. Back to him. Turn over there. Norwood again. Dump it in deep. Get a couple new fresh legs out there. 8:33 left here in the first. Still no score early on. Pretty even back and forth action. Both goalies have been tested. A couple one-timers in the slot, but it looks like both teams here again. Brian just trying to feel each other out and get their legs going for the game.
Yeah, Norwood's doing a good job of getting good shots off transitions, so they get turnovers in the neutral zone. They can get some good odd-man opportunities. Same thing with Westwood, but Westwood's really kind of working their game down low right now, seeing if they can work some forecheck behind the net.
Exactly. And out comes Mike Catalano. Dumped in there. Got the second line here of Rousseau, Gover, and Spadorska. He's got Spadorska right in front. Unable to see him there, so Gover works back behind. Turnover there. Westwood will bring it out. Looks like it caught on the Westwood bench.
And this is an interesting offense for Norwood because you see, as soon as they enter the zone, they don't waste time. They dump it right in, and they hold that blue line well with the way their defense works. So you saw it kind of plain and simple down that far side boards. They tried to dump it into the D. They held it, go back in, and all of a sudden they got numbers going the other way.
Yeah. So Kidd will line up this third line here for the Mustangs sharply across. Brought in there by Finese. Shot turned aside. Breaks back out here. Nice one-on-one individual effort here all the way through. That was Brendan Fay.
There you go. Put a body on him.
Yep. Hobson works on the far side there for Westwood. Kidd's able to come through. Zips all the way around. Dyson pinches in nicely there for Westwood to keep that in their zone. Looks like he was trying to get back to the point on that one and just kind of was unable to finish it. And there'll be a penalty here as Finese's dragged down. Get the hook here. That's a nice play by Dominic Finese, the senior.
And those calls will have him when you're strong on the puck. That's a great job by Dom. Strong side on the backhand. Protects the puck like good hockey players do. And, a lot of times if you're over-aggressive defensively on those plays, you're gonna get whacked for that 2-minute minor. So Fay goes to the box, and Norwood gets his first power play of the afternoon.
So Fay on the hook. 6:48 left here in the first period. So Norwood goes on the first power play of the day. Quick shot up there. That's a nice shot.
Yep.
Anthony Marchand. So you're going with the 4 forwards, and you'll want the 1 defenseman like Coach Allen likes to do. So he puts Marchand up at the point, and leaves Jack Lydon as 1 defenseman. So he's going the 4 forwards. So 1 back nicely there, and Marchand was able to get the shot on. Marchand gloves it down again. Looking on over to Lydon. Lydon turned aside there by Goodrich. Works down. Lydon will help. 2 men on the puck. Got the extra man, so you got to get that second guy on the puck.
Right.
It's a nice work down here by this Westwood player. Being able to tie up some time, burn some time. Back on up to Marchand. Lydon takes a look. Soster pass over to Marchand. Hesitates. Drops down low. Oh, looks across nicely there. Looking for Gover. Yep. 1:13 left in the man advantage here for the Mustangs. Gover takes it behind the net. Tries to get it back up top. That's going to have to get out of the zone, and they're going to have to regroup here. As Rousseau scoots right back in, sets back up here. That was a nice little speed move there by Rousseau. Back shot. Nice shot there by nice puck movement there, and then Lydon put it on, but Goodrich, I think, saw that the whole way.
Yeah, and with the power play, it's definitely not a new concept, putting that forward up high. It adds an extra threat on the top of the circle when you're working that umbrella power play.
Yep.
It makes you account for that top as much as down on the wings as well. So it's a good strategy, and they use it well with Lydon and Marchand with the 2 power play units.
So we're going to have Nick Spadorsto come in off the wing. Rousseau will center up here for the Mustangs. 47 seconds left in the man advantage. Westwood's able to clear. Marchand puts on the brake, stops, heads the other way. He's got a lot of open ice there on the outside.
There you go, take it.
Yep. Looking for numbers, looking for some help. Curls away. Continues to work. It's too bad Rousseau started to move in, and I don't think Marchand saw him tuck in towards the upper slot there.
Well, it was unfortunate because you could see where he was going with the puck 5 seconds before he did it.
Yeah.
So they knew.
So Rousseau will come all the way in and snap one off. Goodrich strong to the task, and he's able to tie it up. 12 seconds left, and an even 5 minutes left here in the first period. It's a nice moving power play so far by the Mustangs.
They're not pressuring him a lot up top, which is – you see a lot of teams do it. They sort of just collapse inside the slot, and they take their chances on blocked shots. So Norwood has their opportunities to kind of move the puck around and see what works. Because you can see right now, like they sort of pressure him when they have the opportunity, but they stay to the outside.
So the younger Lydon here, number 20, seen himself quite a bit of ice time here as the season has worked on, and Westwood's able to kill off the man advantage. And we're back to full strength with 4:35 left in the first. Still no score here from Canton. Quickly out front.
Oh!
Diving save there by Bartuka. He just kind of lunged at it, caught him in the chest. Great reaction by the goaltender.
Awesome.
A little turnover there by Tolman in front. But Kidd is able to corral it up there. That was a loose puck there for a quick little moment. And Kidd managed to help out. Odd man rush again, but we got some numbers back. Bartuk was able to turn that shot aside. Westwood picking it up here a little bit with 4 minutes left. Like you said, Brian, it kind of becomes a game of momentum.
Yeah, and they zipped through that neutral zone. I mean, Norwood was kind of leaving holes open in the middle.
Brendan Allen on the breakaway. Nice job there by Brendan Allen, the junior. And but Goodrich, again, using his size, was able to get that right leg pad out on there. But a nice little move there by Allen.
So Allen stays with the play. He kind of got caught a little bit. You know, the defenseman got a body on him, but he was able to shave off, gets the breakaway opportunity, goes forehand, backhand. At that point, you had to get something off quick. So he went forehand, backhand. Goodrich was tough to the task. And Bartuka, just 30 seconds ago, once again tough to the task. It's a way to stay in the play.
Yep.
You know, he's down on his stomach getting the first save, and he's able to, good reflexes, get that reaction time off and get the save.
So 3:30 left. Norwood gets its one of its tougher lines out here. Like you said, Westwood is able to kind of corral this, set themselves up, see how quickly they can transition from defense to offense. Brought in there by Horsfall. Comes all the way back. No ice on this one. Well, there is an ice. I stand corrected. I didn't see the arm go up.
Last minute decision.
It's probably because I said there wasn't going to be an ice, and he looked up here and he goes, well, we'll have to have an ice now. So it'll come all the way back down.
There you go.
So 3:09 to come off here to Bartuka's right. Nick Spidorsha taking the face-off here for the Mustangs. Shot there, turned aside nicely. Just over his reach. As Leiden races in and on the forecheck. Turned and Westwood heads on back out. Fay gets hit for his troubles. Bartuka shovels it aside. Fay tries to gather it back up for Westwood. He's able to. Looking up here to the point. Mannequin tries to get it off quickly back here. Spidorsha coming the other way. That's a nice little move there. It's a nice little move when you try to, maybe take the puck to the one side and then try to go around the man on the other way,
right,
and pick it up behind him. And nifty little move there by Spidorsha, who's got himself a number of goals this year. I mean, it's been kind of. I remember talking to Coach Allen at the beginning of the season, asking him what he kind of was hoping for in terms of this year's offense, having lost a couple goal scorers last year, and one of his hopes was that someone like Anthony Marchand and Nick Spidorsha would kind of pick up the scoring, and both, to their credit, have really turned it on this year.
Yeah.
Between Marchand, Gover, and Spidorsha, you've got some good scores. Marchand's always been a great assist maker, and this year he has really stepped up his goal scoring. You
saw the seeds being planted a little bit last year with the seniors sort of kind of meshing with those junior lines. Jake Russo was a big addition for them as well. So, you take people like Joe Spidorsha, out goes Joe, in comes Nick for this season, and Nick has really shined in this role. Definitely. Quick little backhand shot there by Max Sharkey. I like when they do that. Goodrich is able to make the save to the chest, but sometimes players want to try to take that extra second to go backhand to forehand, and in that time the goalie can react, and Sharkey just had the puck on his backhand, and a quick little snap was a nice little save, but it's a great little shot. So just under 2 minutes left here in the first period. Norwood clears its zone, gets the line change. Westwood starts back up ice. Horsfall dumps it in deep. Picked up there by Tolman. He's dispossessed. Boothrod will try to gather it. D to D. Comes on over here to Mateer. Just can't quite get outside the zone. They continue to battle here in the near boards. Refs letting them play. Boothrod comes out with it. Comes right back into the mess. Horsfall
to the far end. He's chased by Nolte. Nolte's able to keep it for Westwood. Tolman throwing the body around.
Yeah.
And is able to come out here. Nice little pass gets through there. Mateer 3-on-2 here. Quickly over to Rousseau. Nice little shot there. That was some nice puck movement. I think Goodrich saw it the whole way, but
yeah,
you had the odd man rush the 3-on-2, dropped the puck, and then zipped it on over to Rousseau.
It's the right idea. Rousseau gets that shot from the outside. You get a rebound coming crashing down the far side of the net. I mean, those goals happen a dime a dozen. So.
Exactly. But I will say this. Thus far, Ben Goodrich, the senior captain goalie for Westwood, really hasn't been giving up any rebounds.
Right.
I mean, the things he's been seeing all the way in, he has either stopped completely or has been able to turn sharply to the sides.
So what does that tell you? They got to get quick shots off.
Exactly. Don't give them a chance to get ready.
It might not be the rebound game, but it might be those quick one-timers or something that not expected like that.
Like that. Yeah. See, good thing someone's listening down
right
to you. Yeah. So we're under a minute, about 30 seconds left here in the first. Again, no score, even end-to-end action so far this first period. It's been really good hockey so far. Leiden will turn, head on back up ice for one last rush perhaps. Gains the blue line. Poked off there by number 3, Anthony Maloof. Pops up into the stands. So Maloof dispossessed Leiden with the puck, came around, and then was able to kind of just chuck it out of bounds, out of the ice. So 13 seconds. Got to be able to set up something here maybe for the Mustangs.
I mean, depends on how they set up. I think they have a lot of right-handed shots out there. So maybe they try and lean toward that far left side to see if they can get something off the slot.
Yeah, see if we can win it back up there to Tolman, who was up there on the top of the blue line. Spadorcia continues to work along with Leiden. Back on top to Ledger. Oh, that was a nice shot. That was kind of heading off to the right-hand side there.
Right.
Back on up to Tolman. Tolman will let one rip. That's a nice little low shot there by George Tolman there, right at the buzzer.
It's a textbook D-man shot. Get the puck, shoot it low. That's a money spot for tip-ins, rebounds, you name it. So that's a good shot.
That's a great little shot right there. So we have gone through one period of play. We are deadlocked at 0. Brian, some quick thoughts there on that first period between these two teams.
Competitive. I mean, you kind of went into this game thinking it was going to be competitive from both sides, just away with implications and stakes for tournament on both sides. Both goaltenders outstanding. Bartuka and Westwood both phenomenal. So I think that's kind of the story of the game thus far. It's a good, hard, physical defensive battle. So we'll see how both teams adjust.
Looking forward to some great second period action, and we'll be right back right after these messages.
We have a responsibility as a community
to give all our youth the best opportunity to succeed.
To stop a problem before it starts.
To not stigmatize mental health and addiction.
We have a responsibility
to promote positive youth and adult relationships.
To engage youth in the community.
We have a responsibility
to maintain.
To encourage.
To take pride in the health of our youth.
We have a responsibility to give all our youth the best opportunity to succeed.
Together we can make an impact.
Learn how you can be involved at impactnorwood.org.
All right, well, welcome back here to second period action. Knotted up at 0 apiece as we're ready to pick up this second period between the Mustangs and the Wolverines. And just like that, shot in on Bartuka, gloved in, and get the face-off on to his left there.
So we said at the beginning of the first period that Westwood definitely had the edge. They came out a little more fire, so I'm hoping to see Norwood respond a little better here coming into the second period, especially since it is knotted up at 0. Let's see if they can have some more urgency.
Yeah, exactly. And in a game like this, that first goal is all important. He just missed there. Boy, that was a nice setup there as Fahey just missed on the near side. You talk about some urgency, see what kind of, fight the Mustangs come out with. And just like that, Westwood gets the first scoring chance of the second period.
Right. I mean, it is really back and forth. It is a game of momentum, so we'll see if Norwood can respond to the first scoring chance here. But it's a good chance for Westwood. Bartuka, again, strong to the task, so he's gonna. You could tell he's gonna be one of those key factors today for sure.
Yep. And it's kind of hard because this is the first year for some of these goalies because you had Reardon, basically 4 years starter for the varsity. And so, Bartuka here coming in, as the junior goalie. And he's had some big shoes to fill this year, and he has really been strong to the task for the Mustangs. So Westwood will work it down here in the Norwood zone. Able to gather it up there is Boothroyd. Trucking all the way in. Snaps it off. Deflected up and out of play. Not a bad idea by Lars there. If they're gonna give you the room and the space, you might as well take it and see what you can get. Get that shot in on net. So that face-off then will come off to Goodrich's left. Just here in the opening minute of the second period. As Kidd will face off. He's got Finese on his left. Westwood's able to get it. As Dumas is able to get it on ahead. There to Guaro. Bounces out here. Finese's got it 1-on-2. Got to get some help here, and the Mustangs do charge into the zone. Finese works into the corner. Good strong work there. Oh, out front nicely. Great work by Finese. Catalano, D to D. Tolman dumps it in deep. Westwood looks to gather back up. Knocked down there by Kidd. Takes a swipe at it. Westwood breaks out. Dumas carries it across. Backhanded in. And Mustangs will break on out of their own zone here. Puck gets bucked up. Dump back in deep. Bartuka will leave it there for Cataldo. He's dispossessed. Looks across, no one there. Sharply on ahead to Mateer. Mateer with some speed. Trying to work into the net. He's hamstrung there. Back up top. Catalano with a shot. Ricocheted out. Deflected, and Catalano will have to gather up. He's got some wheels here. That's a nice little quick little forecheck there by John Nolte.
Looks like Norwood's having a little bit of trouble in their own zone here.
Yeah, it's one of those, the stick play right now is just looking a little sloppy. You've got passes that aren't, they're not crisp. Pucks are hopping on some of these guys here, so see if they can kind of get themselves settled down. Broken on in here, Rousseau, but he's dispossessed quickly by Mannequin. Nice job there defensively. Ooh, looks in front there, Mateer. That was wise to get rid of that puck. I guess he could feel the pressure.
Right.
Zipped it on up to the point, and the shot comes back in. Smart play.
You don't have to overpossess, if you will, and try and do too much with the puck. So get it to the open man when you can.
Exactly. So Marchand takes a little bump for his efforts. Bodies are starting to fly around here. Maloof zips it on around, picked up there by his partner Mannequin. Kept in there by Tolman. Westwood regroups. As Nolte carries it in, tries to get around the man, unable to do so. Spidorsha all the way around to Leiden. Leiden curls back into the zone. Continues to hold the puck. Out there sharply to Spidorsha. Spidorsha's got some room here. Takes a shot in all the way from outside the blue line. And Goodrich is able to hold on for the faceoff with 11 minutes left here in the second.
So as most goaltenders will tell you, if they see the puck, they're going to be able to make the save 9 times, 10 times out of 10.
Right.
So Norwood, I think they have to do a better job of getting some traffic in front here. They establish themselves in the offensive zone, but get some traffic in front of the net, and we'll see if we can get one of those, maybe dirty goals to go in.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think most of the stuff that Goodrich has seen thus far between the the first period and so far here in the second have been stuff that he's been fairly, there hasn't been any screen, there hasn't been any traffic in front of him, and he's been able to track the puck. And again, given his size, it's he takes up a lot of room there. So if he can see that puck coming in, he should be able to kind of corral it, and he's been able to do so thus far.
Right.
So back here, Westwood curls quickly on ahead to Hobson. Hobson on the backhand. Goes just wide. Leiden battles. Look to shoot it in front. Quick little shot. Bartuka will have to cover up. Not a bad idea by the Westwood player there. You're right along the goal line. Just put it quickly right on net. You never know what might pop free.
You know, sometimes shots serve as a setup play. You know, a lot of people think passing the puck around the zone sets up the shot, but sometimes the shot can set up the rebound, and the rebound can set up the outside shot. And it's, you know, if you get a puck on net, it's never a bad idea.
Exactly.
So I think Westwood did a good job there.
Yep. So we'll see if the Mustang offense can get themselves going here in gear. This zips all the way around. Catado will take it. Blocked in there by Healy, but still able to escape as Marchand will try to get it in deep. Rousseau chases. Up on ahead to Shea. Shot snapped right wide. Catado will hold it in. Oh, that's a nice little play there. That's,
there
you see as someone like, Mateer diving in there. Maybe just a quick little redirect.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Just get traffic in front of the net and try and get those tip-ins or rebounds.
Nice little sharp play there by Catalo to Mateer, unable to capitalize. But here back come Fahey for the Wolverines. Shot never gets through. Looks like that was blocked down there by Marchand. Looks like he took one off the leg, something like that. He's favoring that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got to get him off.
So he takes a swipe at it. It's able to clear out the zone, and Marchand will have to skate off. Get the new line of forwards out here. Quick little pressure. Quick little chance there. We were talking between the period. It might be that team, the first team that makes a mistake, a pass that's picked off.
Yep.
And they were almost able to do that as Dooley was able to get the shot on there. Touched ahead on here to Holte. Holte will swing wide. Tolman forces him to dump it deep as Dooley sends it on ahead to Leiden. Leiden ricochets it off the boards, but kept in there by Westwood. Off here to the near side as Tolman can't quite get it out, and then it is able to hop out. Stevie Grenham. Nice defense there by Robert Dumais. Kicked on forward. Westwood's able to get some sort of control here as out pops Dumais. Able to sneak on through, but Tolman will take it there. Nice little play there by George Tolman. George has really coming into his own. I know last year he got a little bit of playing time, and this year he has really stepped up his defensive game and has become quite a solid blue liner for these Mustangs.
Yeah, he's got some speed to him. He's got size to him. He's able to throw the body around and establish his presence at that blue line. He's one of the better blue liners on this Mustang team. Yeah.
And defense has always been kind of a strong point here for the Mustangs between goaltending and defense. They have always been strong defensively, so George is kind of just continuing that tradition that the Mustangs have been able to put out solid defensive numbers.
Absolutely. I remember in my playing days we always had strong blue liners that complemented fast forwards.
Exactly.
And, that's sort of the recipe.
Yep. Quick little shot in there by Lars. Ricochets just wide. Robert Dyson able to clear it out there for Westwood. Ledger dumps it right back in. Keeping that puck down here in the Westwood zone. Spadorsh on the backhand. Got him pinned up against the wall there. Three bodies working in there for Westwood. Out they come. They're able to clear the zone. 7:02 left here in the second. Still no score. Waiting for that first one. Fay battles in with the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's a way to hold those boards. Shut off that indirect passing lane.
Yeah, you can see Gover there trying to hang behind Dyson on the defense and hoping that something will get popped through. Just couldn't quite spring him. And there he is right there. Speak of the devil. Try to make one too many moves there.
Yeah.
That was a strong defensive play there by Nikita Manikin.
I see what he was doing. I see why he did it. Again, I just like to see that get taken outside. Use your speed.
Manikin on the wraparound. Oh, what a great slide there by Bartuka. That was great.
That's flexibility. That's quickness. That's everything. That's everything you asked for. What an incredible save!
That's a great save. Keep that one in the back of your books. You never know. But that was the Manikin just came flying in and real quick was able to kind of cut that nicely. And here comes Gover here on the breakaway. Rising shot. Wasn't tell if Goodrich got a shoulder on it or not, but nice little snapshot there by Gover, who's had himself quite a year. Picked up a hat trick earlier in the season. He's been a scoring threat for these Mustangs. So they'll get the line change here. There's a nice little cut as Rousseau tries to dive in, pick it up. stops, changes direction. Now they're starting to move without that puck. That's kind of one of the things you look for, Brian, is not only when you have the puck, but when you don't have it, what kind of movement, give yourself some opportunities there.
Make the defense think,
Exactly.
Because you play a wing doesn't mean you have to be only on one side of the ice the entire time. Use that open space to your advantage. A lot of times you see in the pros, too, they're not passing to where you are. They're passing it to where they know you're going.
Exactly. We had heard Coach Allen and coaches all the time will say, move your feet, because you want to be moving. If you're standing still, you're not helping yourself out or your team out. So Mustangs picking a little spring in their step here. Marchand brings it back. He's got Rousseau on his right. Puck up in the air, and he knocks it in. Outstanding. There's that first one we were just looking for. What a great play by Jake Rousseau. We were talking about the rebounds. Goodrich had not given up very many. And that puck, I think he caught that one out of the air there, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, baseball season's still a ways away, but a little bit of hand-eye to get the juices flowing. Mustangs up 1-0, and again, we mentioned these kind of goals are the ones that are going to matter, and it's big that Norwood gets this 1-0 edge here because in the first period it was pretty much deadlocked, another defensive battle, and this really does a lot for their momentum here.
I think they were going to, talk to each other real quick just to make sure there was no high stick involved in that, but that one was clearly below the crossbar there. So Rousseau from Marchand with 4:50 left in the second is able to give Norwood that first early and important 1-goal lead. So we'll see how the Wolverines respond, and they respond with an icing here. So great little play there. Marchand just, made things happen. He drags the defenseman towards him, takes the shot on, and it just kind of pops up in the air, and you can just see Goodrich. He's got his kind of head down there a little bit. He's got to keep his head in the game. He's played extremely well thus far. It is kind of one of those little quirky things. So,
and there's a lot of ways that play can get set up, too. Like, he could have passed it to Rousseau.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great setup as they came in there, and there was a nice little play there by, again, George Tolman taking the shot low. And then, at this juncture, that was when, Goodrich gave up that rebound.
Yeah.
So,
and continuing with my point, like there's a lot of ways that could get set up. He could pass it to Rousseau before, and Rousseau takes the shot, but he chose to put it outside, get that outside shot, hope for the rebound. And, we shot at blocker side. You're not going to be able to travel with the blockers. So good on Rousseau to, crack that net and still have the chance for a rebound.
Exactly. So Norwood here needs to keep this continued pressure up. Not sit back, not give Westwood a chance to get right back in this game as Cataldo's able to dump it back in. Marchand, he battles, working some more time off the clock here. Quickly on ahead to Mateer. Mateer sees the traffic. It's D to D. Tolman steps in. Shot whistles wide, but nice little puck movement here. Cataldo dumps it, pinched nicely. Rousseau looks for Mateer diving in. Good little movement here by the Mustangs. You can see their confidence they've picked up nicely. They saw George pinching in. He's able to keep that puck in. Continues to work here. Nice little movement there.
Yep.
Rousseau looks to Marchand right in the slot. Goodrich was strong to the task there with the left leg pad.
And this is Norwood's bread and butter here, working it down low, establishing the forecheck, using the points as outlet passes to your advantage. That was a great offensive sequence there by Norwood.
Well done. So 3:20 left here in the second. Malufa brings it in. Shot. That kind of handcuffs Bartuka there. He's a little frustrated with himself. You can see, just make sure you kind of want to glove that and hold on to it.
Yep.
D is able to clear it out. Quickly inside. Here's inside end. Oh! Quick little shot there as Horsfall is able to. I thought that went in.
I heard it hit the crossbar. We're not. We can't roll the tape back ourselves right now.
Yeah.
But
I thought that had gone in, but I guess not. That I think you can hear the Westwood parents are just.
I was gonna say little displeasure.
So anyway, there is some quite a bit of screaming going on here off to our right. We got some parents that are quite not sure what's going on. So they're going to have to stop and kind of call here and see what's going on. And you got to be careful there.
Right. Chuck, yeah, you can see Chuck's letting them have it with the ref, and
yeah.
It's a little disorganized. It looks like they're going to send Norwood to the box here.
Yeah, so
Sharky's going to go.
Sharky's going to go. I'm not quite sure exactly what his call was on sportsmanlike. I'm not quite sure. I think what had happened was that the whistle had blown, and then someone took a shot towards the goalie, and I don't know if that was what Sharkey had done inadvertently, but nonetheless, a little bit of confusion here with 2:40 left. Westwood goes on the man advantage, so we'll try to get that all straightened out. But we'll see here. This is a big kill for the Mustangs, and it's a really bigger one here for Westwood to kind of make sure they don't get themselves flustered. But what may have been or not have been a goal.
Yeah, I mean those type of plays happen in hockey. It's one of those things you kind of just have to shake off and move on. I mean, you and I were talking about the Beanpot game where questionable call led to a questionable play, and it's one of those things. Like at the end of the day, you got to shake it off and move on. So, this is a big answer for Westwood here.
That's right. Yep. Keep your head in the game. Keep playing, and don't let anything anything bother you. So Westwood will try to set up. Unable to get themselves into the zone. And that Mannequin is able to finally get it set up. Puck comes on with their head to Horsfall. Horsfall, who looked like it had an earlier goal. Norwood will try to tie up some time there. 1:16 left in the man advantage for Westwood. 1:50 left here in the second. They'll finally get the whistle. So the face-off will come here. Two Bartukas left.
So they'll have about 40 seconds of 5-on-5 for the end of the period here. So Norwood can walk away with the 1-0 lead with this little flurry Westwood's got. This is big for them.
Yeah, we've had a couple. I got a couple fathers off here to my right. Know that we have a camera, so they want to take a look at the evidence in between the periods. So anyway, Leiden was able to get that, and he's able to clear and burn off some more time. Goodrich turns it aside, leaves it there for Mannequin. That's a smart little play there by Rousseau. Yep.
Kill that clock, especially in the offensive zone. Like you'll take that. You'll take the time off that clock any day.
And he continues to press down there. And Marchand, they just cannot get themselves started here with the man advantage. Now here comes Horsfall. Takes his time, sees an opening, trying to work himself all the way in. Dumped in front, nobody there. Able to clear all the way down. Not really kind of a sense of urgency here by the Wolverines. I would probably be trying to get this puck a little bit faster.
Yeah, I was curious as to what the mindset was there. He had a couple guys in his wing, and I can see the idea of getting the shot off early with the amount of time you have left, but you can establish yourself in the offensive zone, see if you get a better look.
So the Mustangs have effectively killed off the man advantage here for Westwood. Westwood turns that puck over there. Spidorsha's shot whistles wide. It's a strong shot. Bounced off here, and here comes Guarino. Guarino trying to go in 1-on-4 all on his own. Still continues to work. Makita trying to keep it in for the Westwood. Gets the shot. Again, Bartuka's able to glove it down. Can't hold on to it. Puck up there as Catalano's able to hit the rafters.
You were doing PA for that Hopkinton game against basketball, and that just reminded me of they had the ball with 1 second left, and all they needed to do was not hit the top of the awning or whatever it is.
Yeah, and they hit it.
Yeah.
I was looking at Coach McDonald when she just said, throw it deep, and he hit the thing that was hanging there from the top of the gym. He got lucky, too, because they actually Hopkinton got a shot off.
Right.
And they were able to, escape. Few seconds here, the final seconds. Goodrich is able to turn it wide. So Rousseau buries the only goal of the second period on the assist from Marchand. A little bit of a controversy a little bit later in terms of whether or not there was a goal or wasn't a goal. The refs did not see one. So at the end of two periods, Brian, Mustangs hanging on to a 1-0 lead.
You kind of have the feeling that this is going to be more of a protect the lead kind of third period rather than, up the ante. I mean, obviously they're gonna try and, extend this lead, but, you kind of get the sense that Westwood's going to come out firing and they're going to have to, really get dirty, block shots and, get big in traffic, and let's see if they can, grind out, what could be a 1-0 game, what could be a 2-0 game, a 2-1, depending on, empty net situations. But, it looks like this is going to be a big defensive battle.
Exactly. Looking forward to a great third period, and we will be right back with the action after these messages.
Do you want to stay up to date with Norwood Community Media? Then subscribe to our weekly NCM newsletter. Every Friday, our promotions department publishes an online newsletter that highlights the work of NCM and the latest happenings. It includes the full episode of Norwood News, recent clips from NCM programs, behind-the-scenes photos, and so much more. NCM works hard to deliver a steady stream of Norwood content, and this newsletter is another way to stay connected to Norwood. To receive the newsletter, just visit www.norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Scroll to the bottom of the page, click the Sign Up for Our Newsletter button, and enter some basic information. You'll then be added to our newsletter mailing list. It's all here on Norwood Community Media, your home for all things Norwood.
And third period of action underway here. This is going to be, Brian, you got to believe that Westwood's going to come out flying, and there's going to be a number of times we talked about momentum. There are going to be a number of times that there are going to be some storms that the Mustangs are going to have to weather for this third period here.
And I said it, going into the end of the second period, you knew Westwood was going to come out. And you knew that this is going to be sort of a defensive battle for Norwood, and they've had a lot of games where they've kind of blown doors, so it'll be interesting to see if they can really, bear down defensively and grind out like a 1-2 goal win.
Exactly. Smart play there by Bartuka to just kind of let that go in there for the ice. But, you're right. There are going to be those times when they're going to have to stand strong defensively and play some smart hockey. You want them to do it for all 3 periods of play, but, really kind of minimize mistakes. Here in this third period, you don't want to give Westwood, even a chance to try to tie this thing up. So keeping it down here, some shots on Westwood would certainly help the situation.
Yeah, and you always think, how do these kind of games get won? And, it's dumping it in deep, possessing down low. That quick shots like that they'll take, but you see it right here in this far side corner, this, killing clock when you can with battles in the corners.
So Leiden will corral for the Mustangs. Quickly on overhead here to Jared Shea. Shea on ahead sharply there to Mateer. Mateer's bothered, gets the shot off, goes just wide. Gover jumps in, gets the shot off, and Tolman able to kind of, again, take it into that deep corner there. Gover works on the far side. Spidorsh is trying to help out underneath. Puck comes out quickly right there in front. Tolman tees up. Unable to get quite a wood on that one. Oh, and speaking of unable to hold on to the puck, Gover takes it right back, and then he loses. Tolman steps in nicely with the gloves, able to glove that down. He's got some folks there in front of the net. Gets the shot off. You had Leiden right there. And he wasn't able to do it, but that was a nice little shift there by George Tolman. He's able to glove that, keep it in, and then he had a couple of the Westwood kids. Again, they're going to look to try to break out here and make some offensive chances.
Yeah, we talk about holding that blue line. George Tolman, textbook. He bats the puck down off the indirect, off the boards, and he's able to keep the puck in, create another odd man opportunity.
Westwood breaks it on out here. Hobson sharply across. Tries to dump that in deep, isn't able to. Connor Leiden breaks out. On ahead. Got Gover. Gover will take the shot. Goodrich is able to stop it, unable to control the rebound. Leiden, nice little backhand play there to keep that puck in. Sharp here as the Mustangs are able to kind of keep the puck in the Westwood zone and get the line change, which is kind of nice. Toggle on ahead. Dumped in there. Lars gets it all the way in. Get the defensive change that the coach wants. Pinched in there sharply by Allen. Pops back out. Leiden will get it for the defense. Allen dumps it back in for Norwood.
And the thing that's so great about this Norwood team is that you can tell just by the way they play. They don't force passes. They make good decisions. If something's not there, they don't force it. They just dump in and reset. And, a lot of times that may not look like the funnest way to play hockey, but it can be the most effective sometimes because it wears down teams. It lets you establish the forecheck, and they control the pace of the game that way. And you see a lot of younger teams or faster teams may try to force passes to the outside and try and get fancy with it. Norwood does a great job of just not forcing the play when they don't need to.
And while they're doing that, Dyson is going to go for a tripping at 12:05. Kind of that same thing there, Brian. Controlling the play, and Dyson pulled the man down on the trip, and so Norwood goes on a big power play here with 11:58 here in the third. This has got to be a big kill for Westwood. So Marchand will bring it up with a head of steam here. It's a nice little job, great little defensive move there by Mannequin. Is able to kind of, Marchand came in with a head of steam, and Mannequin was able to kind of slow him down. And then he got a little, that was just a dumb penalty, there on Mannequin. I think he'd gotten himself, kind of bundled a little bit as the Norwood player had come in, and then kind of took out his frustration on the back of Spadorcia, so he'll go for the cross check.
It's never a good time to take out your frustration like that, but especially when you're on the penalty kill to begin with. So
when you're down by 1 goal.
This is a very dangerous waters here for Westwood.
Exactly. So we'll see what Norwood can do here with a 2-man advantage, basically for almost 1.5 minutes for the 2-man. Westwood's able to break out here, as that was the junior captain, Horsfall, burning a little bit of time. So 1 minute left in the original penalty, the trip to Dyson. So Rousseau brings it in. He'll hold up ahead to Marchand. Back to Rousseau. Back, taking a look. Steps in there, blocked off the foot right there. Still can't quite get his handle on it. Able to keep it in is Gover. On ahead. Marchand gives it back to Gover. Far side. Rousseau just fans on it. Comes in a little short. Leiden breaks it out. Trying to get it through in the middle. It's right there. Oh, strong play there. Oh, that did not get through either.
Wow.
I'll tell you, that was like going right behind Goodrich. Marchand. Lots of movement there. Some good opportunities there for the Mustangs.
Yeah.
But, he just wasn't able to quite find it. So 16 seconds left in Dyson's penalty. And 45 left in Mannequin's cross-check. So Marchand will set it up. Patient up top. Shot whistles high and wide. And that will catch the net, and they'll have the face-off here. So some nice movement by Norwood, some nice chances, and Westwood's able to hold strong right now. 10 minutes left in the third, 1-0. This would be a huge kill for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Norwood did a good job of setting up that 2-man advantage, and a lot of times Westwood's sort of playing for the extra pass, or they're cutting off the outside wing. So Rousseau did a good job of using that space that he recognized in front to take a shot, and Goodrich was tall to the task on that one.
Yeah. So Westwood gets 1 man back, and they've got 23 seconds left here in the now 5-on-4 for the Mustangs. Puck is up and is out. That's another big clear right there. So Kyle Ledger will pick the puck up from Bartuka. Circle behind his own net, tries to get on ahead there to Mateer. Mateer picks it up. He's dispossessed. 3 seconds left. And Mannequin's out, so Westwood on a big 5-on-3 kill is able to get it. Mannequin trying to get there. This is going to be a nice if he can't. Just unable to. I'll tell you, Lars just barely beat him. That was some nice hustle there by Mannequin to try to negate that icing.
I mean, it was by the skin of his teeth that he got that icing. So you can tell just by the body language, he was frustrated by that play. But with the icing rule, it is what it is. So it's good job by Lars to just be a tiny step ahead.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. But we have seen Mannequin's speed so far in this game. He was that one that had that initial rush and almost had the wraparound for a goal. So he's a quick skater, and if he can, I was watching him coming out of the box right there, and looks like Westwood's going to go back man down. This is not what they want here. Interference is going to be the call.
Yeah, it seems like they're just getting in their own way right now, and it's unfortunate because they are down the scoreboard, and they they have been able to, get some good shots up offensively, and they're killing their own game right now with these penalties.
Yeah, you can only dodge these so many bullets here, and so Norwood will go back on the power play as McGough goes for interference with 9:11 left in the third. So Norwood will get another shot here to see what they can put together. So Leiden keeps it in. Turned there by Rousseau. He steps on the brakes. On up ahead to Marchand. He takes a look. Turned aside there by Goodrich. Leiden's able to put it back in. Nice little move right there. Oh, that was a nice look there by Gover.
Yeah.
He had Leiden just kind of slowly sneaking in.
Put that on net.
Yep, there goes Leiden again. Playing a little, keeping it on the outside. Marchand's calling for it. Just kind of misdirected there to Leiden. Spidorsha, patient. Takes his time. You can see he kind of whiffed a little bit on that puck, but he didn't panic with it.
Right.
Stuck with it, was able to get it up to Rousseau. Marchand shot wide. Leiden dumps down. 1 minute left in the man advantage here. Poked ahead here. Here's an odd man rush chance here. As Guerrero comes in, he's ridden off the puck, but that was a nice little play there as he's able to burn some more time. Guerrero continues to work with it. Gets a shot off. Yeah. That's some great work there by that player. So once again, Westwood able to knock some time off. Spidorsha using the body, dumps it in deep. That's a nice little play there by Nick Spidorsha. Maybe get some help in here. Got some fresh legs rushing on as Mateer joins the play. 30 seconds, man advantage. Works it down there to the far side. Gover turns. Back on up top. Marchand captaining up here up the top. Gover, nice little touch pass there, looking for maybe a give and go. Starting to collapse. Works back up outside. Dump down deep. Gover taking a look. Keeping him outside. McGough is about ready to be released here with 5 seconds left in the man advantage. 1 second left, and he's going to have to sit here for a second as Goodrich ties that one up. So nice movement, but most of it was, there on the perimeter.
Yeah, they couldn't. They were having trouble kind of moving it to the other side of the ice, and you could tell Westwood kind of had them where they want them in that corner, and they just didn't have enough angles to really get a clean shot off. So they moved it pretty well, but they gotta find a way to get it to the other side.
So McGough springs free. They're even here, and he's going to head on in after the puck. Lars will go in, beats him to it. Nice little job there to keep the puck in for Westwood. Bounce here, on ahead to Leiden. Connor Leiden blows a tire, and he's going to have to try to get himself out of the zone. And he's able to, but Westwood takes control here in their zone. Here's this mannequin again. He's got some speed. And Bartuka will tie it up here with 6:35. I don't think Coach Allen wasn't too happy with that one, but the tie up there.
Right. I mean, it's one of those plays where you kind of have to tie it up just to kind of stop the play and reset. But yeah, you can tell Coach Allen may not have been too fond of that play.
I will say this, having Coach Allen, he's now in his third year here with the Mustangs, and he's one that you can hear when he's not happy with a particular play. You certainly can hear it. So we'll see if with 6.5 minutes here, if the Mustangs can stay out of his doghouse, so to speak. George is able to keep that one in. Tolman gets it in deep, burning some more time. As Westwood recontrols. Unable to get out. Mateer takes possession back. He gets dispossessed. Marchand on the nice little back check there. Tolman will take it. Turns on ahead to Leiden. Tolman takes it back again. Gets it up on the wing. That's going to be a nice here as he's just unable to meet the man a little too hard there off of that off the boards.
Yeah, so here we are, 5:48 in the third, and you start to kind of see it unfold where Norwood's dumping it in. They are possessing. They're not. They have opportunities in the power play, and they weren't able to convert. At least they had a power play earlier in the first period, but right now it's sort of just trying to get that clock to tick down.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if while you'd love to get the power play goal, we'll also take the 2 minutes of the man advantage because you're able to kind of, burn a little clock there.
Right, it works both ways.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. Allen gets it in deep. Got the delayed offsides here. Norwood's got to clear the zone. Chance here for Westwood to take advantage of it. They're unable to do so, but Sullivan tries to get it in deep, but Ledger is there, strong to the task. Sullivan back up to the point. Blocked sharply there. Nice little play there by Tommy Dooley. Trying to go D to D. Unable to do so. Lars gives him a bump. And Guerrero brings it in. And he's offsides.
It was a good idea by Guerrero to, get around a defender like that. It's just when you do it at the blue line, you always play with that opportunity where it could go offside. So
exactly. Yep. So 5 minutes here left in the third. Getting to crunch time here for both teams. Tighten up defensively, and Westwood's again going to have to start to take some chances, look to spring some people here to get some shots in on Bartuka. He really hasn't seen very much so far. Got a hand pass here, I think, so this will come outside the zone. But yeah, Westwood really hasn't had much on Bartuka here in the third. So face-off comes all the way down, I guess, on the hand pass inside the zone. So
this is where they sort of, they build that wall and you can start blocking shots as much as you can.
Yeah, and Tommy Dooley had done that just on his last shift there. He came right at the man and was able to kind of block it down. Spadorsha in here, gets the snapshot off. Whistles high and wide. Westwood trying to group. Nice little play there by Gover. Is able to anticipate that pass and pick that off. Kind of the same thing, just get that puck in deep. There you go, 4.5 now in the third. Two men get down there on that puck, able to turn it over. Not really kind of a sense of urgency here, Brian, on these Westwood. They're not seeming to go after the puck as much as they can. Bartuka, I think, was ready to come out of the net, thinking that might have been a hit from behind.
I know. Interesting play.
Yep, no call here. Comes his Mannequin. Leiden's able to take him, then he'll pull him down. That should be that's going to be a penalty there on Leiden. So goalie's out. So Westwood's going to go on the man advantage here as Leiden had pulled down Mannequin. We talked about Mannequin's speed.
Yeah.
They kind of got called up, tangled up. I think that's kind of what Leiden's trying to plead his case there, that they were tangled up.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where, you can try and argue both sides, but, in the Mustang zone, it sort of favors the Wolverines in terms of, how the play develops. So Norwood, second time for Westwood on the power play here.
Yeah, exactly. So this is, you talk about big plays, big kills, and big offensive chances for Westwood. This is it right here.
Yep.
So Leiden goes for the hook. At 3:40 left here in the third. Minute 50 on the man advantage for Westwood here. Be interesting. I don't know if how much we even think about maybe pulling your goalie here to throw it in an extra man, but with 3:40 left,
with the lead, I mean, I don't.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's a tough choice.
So Wolverines working it down low. Set themselves back up. What's nice here is I'm watching the way the Mustangs are defending this. They are, they're not packing it in deep. They're making Westwood work here, and not giving them a chance to kind of set up.
Well, there's two schools of thought. It's bear down and block the shots, or string out and make them make a play.
Yeah, shot there, whistles wide by Mannequin. 1:12 left in the man advantage. 3 minutes left here in your final frame. Catado, smart play there, just kind of getting that up with his skate.
Right.
Burning time. That's a great effort there. He's got 3 Wolverines on him. He's able to knock off at least another 10 some odd seconds. Westwood takes a look at Mannequin. He tried to jump in, but puck went in behind him. So Maloof will gather it up. Spadorsha's trying to make him make a play. Gets it off to the wing. And a nice block there by Gover, and the puck then goes on into the Westwood bench for a stoppage of play. 41 seconds left in Leiden's penalty. 2:30 left here in the third. So Spadorcia here on a big draw. One back there. Tries to go D to D a little bit behind McGough. McGough stops, continues his journey, drains the red line, gets it in deep, which is kind of where you want it. Once again, Tolman doing the same thing defensively as Cataldo was doing.
There you go.
Burning it deep. Smart play there by Nick. Gets that puck in deep, and Gover making him make a play. 13 seconds as Sullivan picks it on up for the Wolverines. On ahead to Guerrero. Guarino around, he gets it in. Lars also trying to tie it up. Penalty is off. Leiden's back on. 1:47 left in the game. Puck comes out. Now we want to start to take a look down there at Goodrich. See when Goodrich might be able to be pulled here. Delayed off sides. Spadorcia still needs to get back. They're still offsides, and if you touch, there you go.
Are they going to call Spud here for... Oh, I thought it's offside.
It was offside, yeah. It was delayed.
There was a little bit of a scuffle on the far side with Spadorcia and one of the Westwood players. I didn't know if they were calling that at all, but it looks like it's offside.
Yeah, it looks like it was offside. And Nick had been off a little bit, and so was Mateer, and I think then he just wound up touching it. So, minute 30 yet. Westwood's going to take their timeout.
Yep.
Yeah, it's too bad they got that face-off here just outside the zone. If it had been a little further down, Brian, you might have been able to get Goodrich. But this is going to be a big, for Westwood, this is going to be a big draw here. They've got to get possession. They've got to get that puck in deep if you can have any chance of getting Goodrich out.
So, in terms of the face-off here, I'm curious as to what their strategy will be. I think, with it being right outside your own zone, they might try and just crack the middle and, come out of the scrum, get it back to the D, and just hold on to it, give Goodrich time to get to the bench, and, you set up your offense from there. But if you're Norwood here, don't be too aggressive because, a lot of times you can get caught up ice in transition, and that creates odd-man opportunities, especially at this juncture in the game. You do not want to do that.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And I believe that's probably what Allen is reminding his defensemen. You've got this one-goal lead. It's a minute 30. If you can get it in deep, by all means, certainly do. But, don't leave anything wide open here behind you. Don't let anyone get in behind you. As, we always say to the defensemen, have your head on that swivel so you know exactly where everyone is. Brendan Bartuka has played, when he's had the chances, he has played solid. He had that one really nice dive save there in that first period. And then, we talked about that one great leg save when he was able to, shoot all the way across to stop Mannequin's wraparound early in the second. So, Mannequin's, wide left here. And that was won nicely there, and that's exactly what they wanted.
Yep.
Get that puck in deep. Don't give them a chance to get themselves started. Icing here. That's a very helpful thing there for the Mustangs. So this will come all the way back, and Goodrich is going to have to stay in there, obviously.
And you can tell they're just trying to fire anything up for Westwood because that's a very undisciplined icing call to take there.
Yeah, especially given the time left. They're trying to get some of their speedier guys up there, but you can't force it that far. So let's see what Rousseau can do here. See if he can win the draw. He's able to. Kept in there sharply as Maloof will try to get it for the Mustangs. We're going to be under a minute here. And they're still not able to get Goodrich out because they're unable to get themselves started. Mannequin's trying to get himself sprung. You can see him kind of hanging up this way. Gets side there. Now we might be able to get Goodrich here, and off he comes. Got the extra skater here with 45 seconds left. As Cataldo will take it in behind, gets it off to the side, picked up there. 2 men on the puck. Cataldo continues to work deep underneath. You got here, the thing that I'm always worried about when they're open net is sometimes these kids see that and they want to bury it.
Right.
And you take the icing sometimes. Shot there, whistles in, 24 seconds left. Leiden, again, bigger thing here is just to kind of do what they were doing when they were killing that penalty. Just try to burn some time. D to D here. trying to get the shot in. Bartuka strong there, nothing there. Pops wide. Dyson takes a look. He's going to take a shot. Oh, that's a nice little play there. Is Horsfall tried to ricochet it in. 2 seconds left. That's not going to do it, and the Mustangs are going to survive. Nice here. There was a nice little chance there by Westwood at the end. A couple good shots. But Bartuka, who really wasn't challenged too much in the third, stood strong there, and Norwood's able to pull out the 1-0 win there, Brian.
And not to say I told you so, but it ended 1-0, so it's, again, one of those defensive battles. Norwood stands strong, and they prove, they bear down defensively, and they get the job done at, any cost, and, they once again improve their positioning in this MIAA tournament picture.
Exactly, and we talked about having lost the last couple, and they kind of needed to get off that schneid, and this was a big win for the Mustangs. You're sitting there at 13-3-2. You got 2 games left. Certainly Goodrich did everything he could to keep that his team in it. Rousseau gets the really nice goal there, batting it out of the air. But, Westwood now falls to 8-2, so they've got 2 games left for their 2 points. But, yeah, this is good positioning for the Mustangs as they head towards the playoffs. So, your final score this afternoon from the Canton Ice House. Your Mustangs pick up the big 1-0 win over Westwood. For Brian Dunn and our cameraman, Dan Gruber, came in here, withstood the cold, and helped us out. Great job there by the camera crew is everywhere. Mark Hoover for NCM TV, thanks for joining us, and we'll be seeing you in the future.